one thing we're really missing in when we look at different types of therapies, I think now it's becoming more common, but for many, many decades and years, we would only treat the mind. So you would go to talk therapy, nothing against talk therapies, it works for a lot of people. And if you do experience a lot of anxiety, it might not be enough for you. So we would talk about feelings and how we feel and repeat and rinse the same and the same situations, but the feelings of anxiety would be still there. Well, the missing component is the body, of course, like I mentioned before, and working with our nervous system. So when I start with my clients and I ask them, can you please start tracking your nervous system responses? A few times a day, you can put an alarm clock on your phone and just notice when the alarm goes off, just closing your eyes and noticing, am I feeling calm and connected? Am I feeling a little bit anxious? Do I feel angry or frustrated? Do I feel numb or disconnected? What am I really experiencing in this moment? And if you do it for a few days in a row, for a week or two, you will get an idea what type of situations, what type of interactions, what type of moments activate your sympathetic response of fight, flight. And that's when you can feel sensations of anxiousness. So when you start tracking your nervous system, you start understanding that you have influence on how your body will respond to different situations and relationships and interactions. But it will be hard to fix it. Let's say people say, please help me fix anxiety or heal it. It will be really hard to work with decreasing the level of anxiety if you don't work with your inner child, or as we call it in IFS, internal family system, with different parts of our psyche. And what does that really mean? It means that, for example, if you look back at your life, I will take myself for an example. I used to have a very hard time falling asleep. And I thought, this is just me. My brain just works like that. It's always on and it's very hard for me to relax. And then as an adult, I understood that there was so much unprocessed grief, unprocessed loss. And I will talk about grief in another episode, just focus on that emotion, sensation, and experience. But I lost my dad, I lost my sister at a very young age. My mom, as I say, she was very chaotic, loving but chaotic. And now I can understand that there was some lack, even though there was love, there was some lack of nervous system regulation, co-regulation between me and her, and processing emotions in a way that can help me sleep well. So if I have clients, and there are a lot of people that suffer from insomnia or wake up at night, doing breath techniques can help for a little bit, but until you really go to the root cause of the anxiety, you will be still waking up every night. So let me take an example. If you grew up in a house where your dad was prone to have explosive emotions and he would get really angry. So he would not hit you, he would not touch you physically, but he would just go into rage, maybe throw things, speak very loudly. Your whole body immediately, your nervous system, the neuroception picked up danger. There is a danger and I am not safe. So your body, of course, that it's an amazing job and it says, okay, we need to really protect ourselves, and it puts you in the sympathetic fight and flight state. Right now we are activated. And with years, you learn to be constantly in the state of activation because you don't know when your dad might act out or not act out. You have no idea. It is unpredictable. So some of us might adapt by just shutting down, completely shutting down, and some of us might adapt as children to be more in fight flight. And now you're an adult and you're trying to fall asleep and you are doing all the breath techniques just to, inhale for once, and then exhale for two. And breath is amazing. But if you don't go to the root cause of this anxiety and insomnia, the breath, it's like putting a Band-Aid on the broken elbow, right? The breath that will transform you is more of a somatic breath that will take more than 2 minutes, and it will really change the physiology of your body. That type of a breath is very healing, and I do this type of breath with my clients in the sessions as well. But a simple breath of slow inhale, slow exhales, it is just a strategy to help you in the moment, but it will not solve for the root cause of anxiety.